You might be thinking, but I don't feel like he's strengthening me right now. I feel abandoned, not strengthened. Where is he? And just the very first thing I would want to say is that is, Psalm 34 says, many are the afflictions of the righteous. Many are the afflictions of the righteous. If that is where you are, that is not some bizarre, strange thing that has happened to you. It's okay, you're still a Christian, okay? That's part of the Christian life. I'm not saying it's good, I'm not saying it's easy, but nothing has gone horribly wrong, okay? You're still in the faith. But the other thing I would want to say to you is to think about the Israelites as they wandered through the desert for 40 years, right? They really had a hard time in the desert. Okay, they were just constantly feeling like God was not with them, God was not helping them. They even on a number of occasions, they said they felt like God had led them out into the desert in order to kill them. That was his purpose. I'm going to bring you out of Egypt to give you an even worse death in the desert. This is how they're feeling when they're in the midst of the desert wandering. But then they get through the desert wandering, they get to the border of the promised land, and as they're about to enter in, it's pointed out to them by God through Moses, and it's pointed out to them, you walked through the desert for 40 years, and your clothes never wore out. It's kind of peculiar, isn't it? You walked over hot sand and rock for 40 years, and your feet it says they never swelled. I'm kind of thinking, you never got plantar fasciitis or anything like that, But he says, you were kept in good physical health the whole time. Kind of interesting. He says, and your sandals never broke. Does anyone here have a pair of shoes you've had for 40 years that you've worn every day? And it's kind of pointed out, that's a little peculiar, isn't it? And you're in a desert where nothing can grow, yet you ate bread every single day. You're in a desert where it's just all dry, and yet you always had enough water to drink. It's pretty peculiar, isn't it? And the point is that even though when they were in the midst of the wandering, they were just grumbling, it's terrible. But they thought, oh man, God is not with us, God has not abandoned us, he is not here. But then they're pointed to look back. And they see it. Our clothes didn't wear out, our sandals didn't break. We always had food to eat. We always had water to drink. God did take care of us. And so if there is some among us who are just in the darkness right now when it feels like God is not strengthening me, he has abandoned me, I'm not telling you stop feeling that, because if that's where you're at, okay, you'll be there for a season. But what I will tell you is that a day will come when you look backwards and you will see that God was there strengthening you. And God will bring you out of it and to the promised land.